Hello again, crazy rangers. In this video I wanted to show you how I finally beat mission 28 by myself with Ranger online solo with limits. It took me quite a few tries, quite a few options to try and figure this mission out because it is pretty rough. It's the one where you're surrounded with frogs all around the White House, we'll just call it, and you have to protect this place. So with Ranger, of course, it's pretty rough because his missiles aren't strong enough. Shotguns are rough. So originally I wanted to take shotguns. So I took the D79, the big shotgun, and then I took a rocket launcher. I think it was a rocket or a sniper for the mortar frogs, because I had to kill those mortar frogs from far away, because those are the biggest problem, because they destroy your buildings, and then without buildings, you're in a lot of trouble. So initially what I did was I took a collection ring, and I took the big shotgun, so let's go ahead and take that out. That is the collection ring, right? No, that's the health. Okay, good thing I double checked on that. Anyway, so I found a good place right at the start where you can go to fight the frogs pretty well, at least for the beginning part. But the first thing you have to do is you have to kill the tanks, because they'll blow up your buildings. So originally what I would do is I would run up to these tanks and kill them, because we do not want our buildings destroyed. And then we could go right here and stand between these buildings. This building right here, right in front pretty much. And what you could do is you could stand right here and you could pull the frogs to you, and you could kill them very quickly, and then use your collection ring to survive. So this was originally what I thought I could do, because I could kill the majority of them this way, because a whole bunch of them come this way down this main street, and you can survive here very easily because of those buildings here. But the problem was I was getting into issues with the mortar frogs. When they would come out, they would land on top of the buildings in front of me, and they would destroy my buildings, and then ultimately would kill me because I couldn't take care of them fast enough. So as you can see, this works out really well. You can kind of use their bodies to protect yourself as well, and then use a collection ring to heal yourself, but I couldn't figure out a way to take care of those mortar frogs, because those are always the issue. So the next thing I thought of, since the mortar frogs would come out and they would land on top of that building and then on top of the other building over here to the left of it, and there'd be two of them, and they would always kill me because they would kill my buildings. So the next thing I thought I would do was I would change out to super sprint, and I would go to the left instead of the right there. So let me change out for super sprint here. And I figured, well, if I can just easily take care of them, I'll use the rocket launcher to destroy their building, and then I'll run over. So I found another spot on the left side that worked really well as well. So let me show this here. I didn't have to destroy the tanks on this one. So I would the next thing I tried for a bunch of tries is heading to the left here. And if you run to the left right away, it's perfect timing to actually take out all these frogs on the left here, or most of the frogs in the middle too. So you run here, they see you, then run over here, and then shoot the first frog you see, which will pull them over here, and they'll see you. And then just keep pulling them until one comes out all the way over to you. I kind of knocked one down, unfortunately, but you can eventually get a frog to actually come down here, and then you could knock him down, which I guess this will still work. But then you could knock him down and use his body as like as a way to block yourself from the other frogs' fire, because you can shoot through their bodies, but they can't. So I would knock down a frog and then just kill the majority of these. Sometimes one would come behind you, but let me restart that, because like I said, I don't knock that frog down. I actually just I pull one frog down the alley and use his body as a shield. So let me try and show that here really quickly. But this always seemed consistent. Like, they would always see you, they would always follow you over here, and they always bottleneck to this main street, which was nice. So I'm gonna try and get one down here actually. I just want one to walk down here for me. Alright, there we go. And I would knock him down, and then I would just use his body as like a shield for the other ones in front of me, and then just kill these really quickly. As you can see, it's pretty simple to stay alive here, especially with the big shotgun, because you can one-shot them very simply with the with this one shot with the shotgun. It has like 26,000 damage. Mine's not maxed out yet, but as you can see, you can just absolutely destroy them, and they have no way of hitting you, which is nice. So kill all these. I'm glad I found another strategy to use this big shotgun on, because it's so fun. So now the next phase, once you got this part, then the next phase there'd be some shotgun frogs, or some frogs that come down over here on the left side in this ship here. So I could go over here and kill them really quickly. So I would run over here, and they would fall right on top of me. Kill the spread one first. Alright, and then I'd kill these other 4. Then after this, then the mortar frogs would be dropped on the roof. So I could then drop the mortar frogs on the roof by taking down the building, and then killing them quickly with a shotgun before they see me. But the problem was, after this run may not work because it took me, you know, tries to actually get this to work. But like after that, I would run behind the building and I'd destroy the building, and then kill the mortar frogs. But the problem was, I got past that phase, but then there's more mortar frogs later on in the phase that would spawn way down at the end of the map, and then they would wind up killing me because they would kill my buildings, because I couldn't kill them fast enough because there's so many frogs clustered together, and then mortar frogs spread out in the middle of that I just could never finish the mission, because they're just, here's the mortar frogs up here. As you can see, they're dropped on the roof here. This guy doesn't see me anymore, that's good. I'm probably gonna die here because I don't have any health, but then I would just destroy this building from back here, run forward, knock him down, and then before he shoot me, I would kill him with the shotgun, but he got me that time. But anyway, so that didn't work, so I had to figure out a different strategy. So I ultimately wound up, kicked me out of my room. Ultimately what I wound up doing was, I took the C-70 bombs, and I took the giant shotgun and the super sprint. And I found out a way to finally get all the mortar frogs out of the way, because that was the biggest issue. So let me go ahead and cut to that, the run that actually worked, and I'll show you what actually wound up being able to do for this mission. Okay, right at the beginning here, I'm going to run to the left, but this time instead of running to that bottlenecked area to kill those frogs, I wound up destroying these 2 buildings that the mortar frogs land on first. Because I found out that I need to destroy these buildings first and set up my traps for them for when they do drop, otherwise I don't have time later, because it just never seems to work out. Because there's too many frogs surrounding you later, and you can't set this trap up. So I'm going to blow up these 2 buildings with 2 C-70 bombs. Then I'm going to come back, and first mortar frog lands right here. I'm going to put 6 bombs there, and then the other mortar frog's going to land on this other building I blew up, and then I'm going to leave the middle one up. Doesn't really matter, I guess. But so I'll put the other 5 over here to destroy their mortar frog when they come out. And now I'm going to go and help the NPCs out with my shotgun. Unfortunately, they've moved too far forward for me to actually go to a good spot to kill them, so I kind of have to go up near to the NPCs, to the nearest building that there is, and try and pull them to a building, and then kind of bottleneck them up here. So that was too far, so I decided to go closer and pull them by another building over here on the right side, which seemed to work out better, because I can pull quite a few of them back here. And if I can pull at least half of them, I'm good, because if you leave them to the NPCs will not be able to kill them fast enough, or not fast enough. They'll just die, and then you'll be stuck with too many frogs to deal with later. So it's very important to actually take out a bunch of these frogs to progress to the mortar phase while there's still NPCs alive. So I'm just going to kill some here, and then some more are going to be dropped here, which previously, if you remember, I destroyed them when they dropped, like I was looking straight up. It's those frogs that are dropping now, so I'm going to try and help the NPCs out again with some more by pulling them with my shotgun, and then they'll kind of wander over here since they've seen me, and then I can kill, you know, a handful of them. As you can see, they tend to flock together towards me when I shoot one of them, because they all are notified by each other. So once I kill these, I should have enough for the mortar frogs to start landing. and that's where I want to get to so that I can set my trap off. As you can see, when they drop the two, if you watch the mini map, you can see when they drop the 2 mortar frogs. I wait till they land on the ground, because it's like it's just 2 red dots in the sky, and then you can see like a red dot fall. Two red dots fall to the ground to kill the mortar frogs. So once they land on the ground, I set off my C-70 bombs, and then now I run to the back here of the map. So the landmark you want to look for is 2 really tall buildings side by side. So these come up on my right side here. So right, these two, there's 2 tall buildings side by side, and there's an intersection right next to it. So I want to put C-70 bombs in that intersection, and then I want to put a line of them down the road, because this is where the other mortar frogs are going to spawn at. So like I said, those are the only threats. So now I just need to find a good position for shotgun, which I found is actually a good position over here. Now I can wait here. Until I see the enemies, the mortar frogs spawn in on the ground there, and then once I see them spawn in, then I can set my C-70 bombs off. So that's why I want to stay near to the actual spawn of the mortar frogs, so that I can see them when they spawn in and do it at the right time. Because there's so many enemies that come in to the map later that it's hard to know when's the right time. So it's just easier to actually visually look on the map itself. So now it gets a little bit not necessarily tricky, but a little bit annoying, because there's a couple snipers on a roof way in the back, and since I destroyed all the mortar frogs, they can't get to the snipers because they're up on top of the building. So if I don't try and trigger the enemies, then they'll never, the mission will never go forward. So I had to get seen by some frogs, and then I'm going to run back here and try and kill the frogs that seen me. I want to say it took me 2 different times to pull all of them, because they don't all see me, and then I have to kind of go back and get some more. But I just have to get to the next phase, pretty much is all I need to do. I need to kill enough frogs before I get to the next phase. So I'm just going to try and heal up here a little bit, and then pull some more frogs. I think they are actively looking for me right now, so it's not too hard to get them to see me. As you can see, they're kind of running back and forward, because it seems like the AI of the frogs works that if you attack them once, they start looking for you, and then it no longer becomes where you have to get near the frogs, but now all you have to do is just peer out into like an open road or major road, and then all of a sudden they'll see you from far away, because you triggered them once, so therefore they're looking a lot further away than they normally would look. So kind of interesting how you can manipulate the AI a little bit there, but now I'm just going to kill some more of these frogs, and then I'm going to try and trigger the next phase, and I'm going to try and keep an eye out for the spawn of the mortar frogs and kill them with the C-70s. But once I get a whole bunch of frogs over here with me, it's not too bad, because like I said, you can use their bodies to hide behind and then just shoot and one-shot the frogs behind them. So this shotgun works really good here, because you can really take them out fast, and you can knock their legs out fast, and just here they come. Here's a whole bunch of them coming now. So this is what I was wanting right here. And there should be some spawning here pretty soon now to my right. So the place that you look for those 2 buildings is, like, as you spawn in and you're looking straight ahead, it's to the far left back side of the map is where I'm at right now. And like I said, just look for 2 really tall buildings side by side, and that's the intersection. Alright, so now I have a whole bunch of them here, but unfortunately on this particular run that I actually beat, there wasn't a lot of, there we go, I just set my C-70 bombs off because I saw a whole bunch of frogs spawn on the right side of me. So I wind up killing the mortar frogs, and this is pretty much, I believe, the last of the frogs that spawn. I just have to finish them off here, and that's it. So pretty much the secret to this mission was, big shotgun, find some good buildings, and use their bodies to your advantage. You can also do that with Fencer too, like if you ever rush in to kill a bunch of colonists. And oh yeah, I forgot, there's actually 2 more ships of shotgun frogs that come into the back corner, which aren't no threat for me at least. But you can also use it as Fencer as a tip, where if you take down a frog, you can always go behind his body as you're attacking, so you don't get hit by other frogs. So it's very useful. But as you can see, I have like hundreds of items here, but there's there's just no healing items that I could see near me, which was unfortunate. Usually I don't have an issue with healing items, but this particular run, I was getting a little scared there because I got down to like 100 some health. But anyway, here comes the shotgun frogs. They do know where I'm at, so not a big deal. Then I just finished them off, and that was it. So the secret was to take out the mortar frogs with the C-70s, know where the spawns are at, and then just use the body tactic and the building tactic to finish off the rest. So pretty fun. Took me a while to figure it out, but I finally got it. So once again, thanks a lot for watching, and remember, EDF doesn't leave a man behind, ever. And if you'd like to help more people find the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks a lot.